Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
We are live.
Welcome, and hello all you small woodland creatures and all you late night double features. Good evening and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up and the XP doesn't matter. Welcome back to WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. At this point, I hope we all kind of understand what 13th Age is, but for those of us just joining us, 13th Age is I call it a D&D clone, because it is. Published by Pelgrane Press, and you can use the code CHROMATIC on their website for discount on 13th Age projects. Kind of reminds me, I was talking with my friend earlier when I was at work, and I was just kind of like talking about all the cool stuff in 13th Age and what I really like about it. But anyway, a big thank you to everyone who helped us raise butt tons of money last month for the Pride fundraiser. It's always nice to be able to have Chromatic Chimera through its community and its you wonderful folks be able to make these kinds of contributions to better society. But without any further ado, we return yet again to the converged realm of Everencia with our wonderful cast fully here tonight. AJ is Constance of Eternal Trust, the Azamar Paladin. Chris is Soren Silverthorn, the half-elf bard. Sam is Oleander Morgenstern, the spirit-born necromancer. Lucy as Izara Solaris, the half-elf cleric. And Noir is Shaw, the dragon-spawn fighter. I'm the one known as Puddins, or Alex, whichever you prefer, and I am the game master of this adventure for the time being. So thank you for joining us for this 13th adventure of WovenRealm, titled Animal Antics. So, AJ, you have a in-character recap with Constance for us?
Yes, my apologies that it did not get recorded and put into a lovely video like usual. I need to change the music that's going on right now. This is not fitting. Okay. Dearest Mother Superior, we arrived in Brocktree and headed to the local temple of the Astral Star at Azara's behest. Alas, the moment she opened the doors, these horrid moth monsters burst forth and took her captive. They seemed to devour the very souls of any citizen unfortunate enough to be in their path. It took every ounce of our strength, but we were able to survive the onslaught. After I had dragged the last of my party to safety, we entered the temple to look for Azara. Upon descending into the basement, we discovered an enormous viney rose in its dryad. After a scuffle, Oleander dispatched the dryad and freed Azara. Azara sprung forth from the cocoon that she had been trapped in, now with beautiful wings like those of a butterfly. She wasted no time summoning her spear and driving it into the very center of the largest rose bloom. The vines withered away, but we were not safe yet. The building began to rumble, and we rushed out before it could collapse on us. As we emerged from the temple, we heard shouts from the villagers. The Covithian Inquisition had arrived. Initially, it seemed as though the town was to be saved as the Inquisitors shot down the mobs terrorizing the streets. However, the cheers of the villagers soon dissolved into screams of horror as the Inquisitors turned their guns on them. It was a massacre. I do not believe I will ever forget the sound of those guns. We escaped, but I fear that the town of Brocktree is no more. There is nothing left but the smoldering remains of buildings. From what Oleander has told me, it is unlikely that there are any survivors. From here, we continue on to Brightstar Abbey, I believe. Azara has connections there. I hope it brings us another step closer to our goal, as I fear we have not made much progress recently. I shall write to you again soon with future updates. Eternally yours, Constance.
Thank you. And after the break, I'll be reading my recap that I presented to the missing Lucy from last week. It was fun. Anyway, let's get into this. Last we left the party, the clairvoyant caravan spends the next 8 days traversing the expansive woodland of the White Wilderness. The journey is rather uneventful for the next week as Azara becomes quite the proficient navigator once you begin getting closer to her home. As the days turn the wheel of autumn, you notice a marked change in the temperature. The nights are much chillier, and the air grows cooler as if the sun's warmth has waned. The green pines of the White Wilderness remain ever viridian. You keep each other company as the days go by and make small talk, or big talk, or deep talk. You pass through the eerie forest of lanterns without issue, the bioluminescent trees, a magnificent sight. So, if you have any moments, we've marinated now on a week on what Constance had just wonderfully filled us in about, and how friendly the Covithian Inquisition is. So, this is one of those, these encounters can be had, or, these little talks can be had whenever on the journey. I was just narrating the long, boring part of it so we could have the fun parts.
I know at some point, I think Olander would want to have a chat with Soren and with Constance. We can break them up if there's any scenes anybody else wants to have, so it's not just, me talking to people for 20 minutes. But I guess Soren's would probably come sooner. So I'll start with that unless somebody else wants to go first.
I think that gives us time to think.
All right. So this would probably happen probably the night after the Inquisitors sacked Brocktree. I think Olander would sort of reservedly come over sometime when Soren's reading or something, and just be like, Soren, do you have a moment?
I'll just kind of put my finger on the page, just kind of look at it really hard and memorize my spot, and close my book. Yes, what's up?
Well, I have something of a favor to ask you if you have just a few moments. I was wondering if perhaps you could help me and mend my gown. And she just gestures at the dress that is totally destroyed from the battle earlier in the day. It's very clean. It's been magically cleaned, but not fixed.
Oh, yes, I could probably fix that. How much gold do you have?
What do you think would be reasonable for something that, a wizard in the first year could do?
You'll pay me back later when you're a wealthy, powerful individual, I'm sure. And I'll just kind of wave my hand and just start slowly mending it. It's not fast, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I used to be able to do this, but I can't anymore. So thank you for the help. It used to be a lot faster than it was my spell. I have to say, I could have mended it like 4 times by now, but
Sure. I mean, this. To be fair, I stole this from someone else. This spell is not my own, so.
really, is that something I should be worried about?
Oh yes, definitely. First chance I get, I'm going to be stealing one of your spells. So.
Noted. If you do, just make sure, to use them in the proper company.
Sure. I haven't yet decided if I want to steal from you or Azara yet, but I'm sure time will tell.
Well, hers might be a little more useful while we are still in the Empire.
Sure, but what if we had like 10 skeletons instead of only 5? I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Well, give me a little bit more time. I'll see what I can do.
Alright, I'll leave that one up to you then.
Speaking of time, are you done yet? Did you get the back? I sort of like turn around.
Look, I haven't seen my aunt in a long time. She's the one who taught me this, and done. Alright, there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Just remember, you owe me one.
Well, actually, I think I sort of do. Thank you also for earlier back in Brocktree.
What did I do? I was very drunk yesterday. I don't...
Yeah, well, I noticed, what you did when someone recognized me on the way out, so I just wanted to say Dankeschön.
Oh, sure, I don't remember if it was this is Chris now. I don't remember if it was after Oleander joined the party that I told them all about the dude pursuing me.
It was beforehand.
That was
Okay.
beforehand.
Okay, I'll just say, well, I'm no stranger to being pursued myself, so I know the feeling and the dread in your stomach. So.
Thank you. I did notice over a few times in the town. Actually, you sort of, changed your face when we thought some trouble might start. And I sort of look over at Shaw, who had almost broke down the door to the abbey, like.
He's still pretty salty.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone has people they don't want to see, right?
Yeah, I think that is true. I just wanted to say thank you, and you don't, need to give me any specifics about whatever the situation you might have is, but.
Well, I feel you're entitled to knowing if you're going to travel with us. It's interesting because it seems like you're being pursued by people from the Empire, and I, on the other hand, are being pursued by people from Maywood. So it seems that no matter where this party goes, we're not quite going to be safe. So it's a new dynamic. It sounds fun.
Wunderbar. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, you did say that Maywood was a lot more like the Empire than people seem to think, and it seems you might be right.
Yeah, not great people there. Yeah, I don't know. So as far as I know, it's just the Queen's best out on a hunt for me. So she seems to be confused. She thinks I stole something from her, but of course I did not.
Oh, surely you only steal spells from your family and Freunden, yes?
Yeah, it's like a family discount kind of situation.
That can't possibly see how that would get anyone in any sort of trouble, so this sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, does she really think I'm skilled enough to steal from her? Anyways, I could talk about it all night, but I don't want to keep you up with my nuances.
Well, I don't think I'll be getting much sleep anyway. But thank you for your help, and she gestures again at the dress. I do not like to owe people favors, but, I owe you for the help back in the town, too, so.
Don't mention it, I was only joking earlier. I don't sleep much either, so if you ever want to chat or, play a game or something, I'll probably be awake.
Well, I will keep that in mind. Dankeschön, Soren.
Take care. And I'll open up my book and try to find my spot where I was at, to no success.
What's he reading? Olander's like spying the title on Fairway.
Alright.
It's like no
Sorry.
words on it.
Where is oh boy.
Do I need dice? Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to roll me a just roll me a d20. Let's see what happens.
13. Oh, there we go. 13, 13 on
Hey!
13 page.
We already got that one. Try
Oh,
again.
thank God. 14.
Caliban the False Prophet and the Downfall of the Dark Eaters is what you're reading.
Yes, well, I'm reading about some false prophet who ate the darkness, something like that. I haven't gotten far enough into it to really understand, but
Okay, that sounds interesting. I sort of like peek over to see the title.
It is Caliban the False Prophet, Downfall of the Dark Eaters.
Just a word of warning, don't let anyone in the Empire see you with that.
won't be able to read it. It's only the special people like us, so we'll be alright.
Oh, well, that is good. But still, I understand there are more like us than we may think, so just, you know, keep it in mind.
Valid point.
Good night! And I go off to read creepily the rest of the night without sleeping.
Have fun not sleeping.
Alrighty. Well, the party makes a brief stop in the village of Lonewood. Shaw, you go and seek out a local paper.
Yep. Want to make sure there ain't nobody writing about us and maybe figure out what happened back where we left. Yeah.
So you find a newsstand, and there's like a halfling just kind of giving out papers for pocket change. So you can essentially just kind of drop some coins in hand and get a paper.
Yeah.
So you have to scroll through the sports section before you get to the headline that catches your interest. Suspicious group seen leaving the temple at Brocktree. And the story is very familiar, for sure, to you. You know, it reads, you experienced that for sure, but the party isn't written in a positive, not necessarily a negative context either, just kind of like, oh, the Inquisitors reported seeing a group of supposed adventurers fleeing from the temple at the site of the heresy.
Now, what in the blue hell do they mean supposed adventurers? Now, anybody can tell from any amount of distance that we are professional.
Excuse me,
adventures.
sir, are you implying that you're the one from the story?
I really gotta stop talking out loud when I read these things. Yes, I am.
He just tosses everything aside, gets out a notebook and a pen, and he's like, tell me everything. Exclusive interview.
Interview. You want to talk about myself? Interview. He immediately starts to break down.
You know what? Never mind. Just don't mention that out loud. But if you ever write a book, I want to publish it.
My name. Like he is just full of brain fart.
Well, of course, you two hang out.
I'm muted. So Constance will just jump in and take over from there and be like, this is Shaw Emerald. He is a wonderful fighter who is very skilled with a blade and a shield. And she just rambles on and on and on. And like,
No, it just, okay. And who are you?
oh, I am Constance.
Okay, Constance. Well, I gotta have something to run with here. People are gonna be like, who's Constance? Like, Shaw Emerald. That's a name you're gonna remember.
Indeed.
It's new.
Congratulations. Now, Constance, like, where are you from? Parts unknown? That usually gives an element of mystery.
Oh, I am of Eternal Trust.
Constance of Eternal Trust. Okay, and who are your traveling companions then?
We
Am I
are
there?
we are the caravan. Are we all there? Is everyone there?
I don't think so. I think we split up. I think they left it too.
Yeah, it's like before you two went off to the newspaper office. Soren does what Soren does, and Oleander doesn't want to be doesn't want to be seen near a news outlet.
I love this for us.
So who are your friends? I gotta know names, addresses, the stuff. Like, I gotta know.
I am not entirely sure if I am at liberty to share all of their information without their consent. However, I can tell you all about in detail our fight with an enormous rose.
Yeah, we'll get to that. In just
I
a
got
moment.
beat up by a bumblebee.
Yes, it was quite intense.
Wait, a bumblebee?
Yes.
Whoa. You gotta
Bills-
start from the beginning.
It was real big though.
It was a very big bumblebee.
Wait, giant bumblebees? What in the blue hell's happened out there?
It was mean flowers. There were a bunch of mean flowers too.
If you're the one, I don't know if you were there causing the flowers, but I don't think so, because similar story came out of Gold Meadow, but the difference is no one was there to stop it. When you're at Bright Star, why don't you go northeast? Go see for yourself.
Oh, what happened? Did the flowers kill everybody?
Yes, that is quite ominous of you.
Well, you see, no one's really sure. There's whatever kind of happened in Brocktree, apparently there was an incident of it in Gold Meadow as well. That's why I'm, trying to figure out what's going on and asking for names and things.
Oh. Well, if you would like, instead, I could tell you a very detailed history of Eternal Trust, how it began, and what we continue to do to positively affect the world today.
You know what? I'll take you up on that on another time, but I want to hear more about this giant bumblebee.
Oh, but I have a pamphlet right here. And she will reach into her bag and pull out a pamphlet and urgently start pressing it into his hand.
Hey, lady, read the sign. And it just says in big letters, no solicitors.
I do not know who solicitors are, but I am Constance.
You're soliciting right now.
Our solicitor's tough. Can I fight him?
Yes, indeed. We can do this by combat.
No, it's the rule. Don't make me call the constable now.
It is okay. Just take this.
I don't want it. I am
Just take
comfortable. I am comfortable with my relationship with the Astral Star. Thank you.
Oh, but we are not a religious organization. We do charitable works.
Yeah, and do I look like a charity to you?
But it is important information to spread with the world.
Tell you what, dear Constance. Kind of takes you aside. I'll take your pamphlet on one condition. Names. I need names, sister.
Andrew.
Okay, that is not an actual name.
Billy.
Who?
Are you looking for specific names, sir?
Yes, because so we have Shaw.
Ernest.
Emerald.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Oh.
You stop there, Constance. So we have Shaw Emerald, verified
that's me.
badass. They're right there, and we have Constance of Eternal Trust. A little bit of mystery, but we'll get there.
Oh, but I do not have
know.
any mystery. I have given you all of the information right here. Please take it.
Mr. Emerald.
I think you're looking for the names of some of the people we travel with.
Yes, Lord Emerald. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have just said so, buddy. Well, the leader of our caravan is one Emmy.
Emmy. Okay. Is that short for something?
Emerald. Where did I get my name from?
Oh, Oh, was you married or something?
Oh no, nothing like that. We were just real good friends.
Ah, for the insurance. Gotcha. All right. All right.
He just looks at Constance confused, like, do you know who this insurance is? Amy never gave me no insurance. Was I supposed to ask?
And from that scene, we pan over to the next one, as Shaw and Constance are able to withhold their companions' names by
being annoying.
not only that, but by doing what all dirty politicians do: submit a dead person.
Oh, ouch!
So anyway, Oleander, you wanted to have a scene with someone, correct?
Oh boy, I don't know if I can follow that though. Yeah, at some point, Oleander just kind of wants to check in with Constance. So it could happen either while we were on the road or if we're stopped over in that town, like overnight or something. I'll just sort of come up while Constance is not clearly busy doing something. And I'll just sort of, check in, like,
I like the idea of a pre-bedtime check-in.
Well, Andrew doesn't sleep anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go get her before she goes to sleep. Shit, it's almost 9 p.m.
Okay, but stop, that's accurate.
Tucking Constance in. Oh my god, Oleander's like the least tucking in type ever, and I love it. So you'll hear like a gentle knock at the door, because I also do share the room with Azara, probably. Yeah, hello?
Hello, Oleander. How are you? Is everything okay? It is, getting quite late.
It is about 8:45.
Indeed, I should have been in bed an hour ago.
Oh, well, I am sorry our travels have been keeping you up so late lately.
Oh, it is fine. I have trained for this. One time, I did not sleep for, 52 hours.
Oh, that is actually quite a lot. You trained for that?
It is my current record.
Do you do that a lot?
Only for evaluations. But besides that, I tend to go to bed quite early, I suppose, when compared to most people, as I continue to hear the ruckus in the tavern below for quite some time.
Yeah, that will stay loud for a while. I'm sorry if it keeps you up.
Oh, no, it is okay. I have trained to sleep through anything.
Oh, well, that is good, I suppose. Well, I just wanted to actually check, I suppose, to, make sure you are doing okay. I know that everything that happens back in Brocktree was kind of intense, so I just wanted to check in with you.
Oh, yes, it does seem that it was all a bit of a blur, just one thing right after another. That was... It was an interesting time.
Interesting. That is one word for it, yeah.
Yes, are you well? I mean, you have checked on me, and I know that you did not fare so well during the initial attack.
Oh, well, thank you. I have recovered, pretty well from that, at least. Although, if it is not too forward, I do sort of have perhaps a more personal question.
Oh, No, that is very fine. Not forward.
Well, it is okay if you do not want to answer, but, Lyrander sort of just waves a hand gesturing at Constance and goes, you're glowing.
Oh, yes.
Is it connected to these magics you do, which seem to have some sort of, I don't know, divine origin? Is that true?
I do not quite know why I glow. I just know it is, something that I do.
And as you're starting to think as to why you glow, you kind of have flashes. A lot of glass in these flashbacks for you, and you just kind of see like a black gloved hand kind of like snapping rubber glove onto the hand. You kind of just remember a long, dark coat.
It is... I always assumed it was because I was special, but not everybody else close who is special, so I do not know. However, my abilities have come from a lot of study and training and guided meditations. I do not know how else to explain it.
That is fine. I was just curious. I've never really met anyone else with any sort of light. I was wondering if maybe you ever noticed yours dim, perhaps when you are ill or don't feel well.
I honestly, it is so faint usually that I do not notice. And having lived with it for so long, I suppose I have just gotten quite used to it. I do not quite know the answer, and I will have to pay attention more.
Well, I mean, don't worry about it. I'm sure it's just something for a spiritual one or something. I used to have a bit more of a light, but it's gotten lower recently. And Olander will sort of like run a hand through fair hair, and you can see like as it moves, it kind of flickers, but otherwise it's like not really glowing anymore. So I was just wondering, maybe you had some experience.
Do you know what dulled your glow?
I don't know for sure, but these things I can do. And she like holds a hand up, and you see like a shadow of skeletal mage hands go over her actual hand. It has gotten a bit stronger recently, and I wonder if maybe there's, I don't know, something there. I had an accident not long ago, and a lot has changed, so...
And as you think back to the accident, you kind of just... You hear a voice, one you haven't heard before, and it just kind of comes from the darkness. Do you regret it? Are you scared?
Olander just kind of tenses with this. This is like a memory that's sort of coming back to her, right? Or is this like something that seems diegetic?
It feels like a memory, but also at the same time, it feels like it's currently going on as well.
Oh, okay. Then I think Olander tenses, and then actually kind of like her eyes dart around. But then she straightens and looks back to Constance and just sort of smiles brightly. I did not mean to worry you or anything. I just, like I said, I have not really had a chance to ask anyone, and people in Rensrun don't really know anything, so...
Well, perhaps we can find out together if we combine our forces and pay more attention and think very, very hard.
And as you say, pay attention yet again, you have a memory, and you just hear a voice. Little lamb, pay attention now.
We shall be observant.
Certainly, I appreciate it, Constance. You know, anything you think of, it might be helpful. But don't worry, I'm sure it is fine. I did not mean to keep you up past your bedtime.
Oh, it is okay. I shall make up for it later.
Sleep well. Real quick, if you could do me a favor, and just if it happens to come up while we are in Coveth, you know, just like a conversation or anything, please don't mention these things I can do to anyone. Just, like, tell people I am a wizard or something, okay?
Oh, understood. And she will, like very dramatically drag her fingers, like, across her lips, like she's locking it, and then, like, turn it like a key, and then throw the pretend key away.
Perfect. Danke. Sleep well, Constance.
And Oleander, as you go to leave, because Constance and Izara always bunk, Izara's bag is kind of just slung over the armoire, or the dresser. And there's a purplish glow that's kind of just coming from within, and a heartbeat sound that kind of diminishes and just eventually stops.
Okay, that is weird.
Anyway, in the event, at some point, Soren, you said you wanted to have a chat with Izara.
If she's available. I'm just gonna knock. Just be like, Azara, you haven't talked in like a day, and you had wings yesterday. I feel like we should probably unpack that at some point. Let me know if you want to.
Yeah, are the wings still there?
At this point, you just kind of have purple slits on the back.
Okay, it's slightly better than wings. Still concerning. I will go answer the door. Soren?
Sorry, forgive me. I didn't mean to wake you or anything, but I think everyone was a little concerned when you got hauled into the church. You remember that whole business. And then you emerged with like 2 slits on your back, and, you know, I just wanted to check in, see if that was like a thing we're doing now as a group, or...
Ideally not.
Okay.
I should think. I didn't like that experience much.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. Yeah, I guess I'm sorry that happened to you. Do you know why it was there? Anything like that? Or what it means?
To be honest, the whole experience is a bit fuzzy. I know a little bit about that creature we encountered, but it's supposed to be elves and members of the Fey court that made deals with hags that get transformed into terrible creatures. And unless I have made a severe lapse in judgment, I don't recall making any deals with a hag.
To be fair, I think traveling with me is enough for a hag to curse you, but maybe that was it. Do you think this has anything to do with our overall objective here and the Moonlit King? Anything?
Almost
like that?
certainly.
Okay.
This is Fey meddling for sure.
Okay. I obviously suspected that it was all connected, but I wanted to hear your thoughts as well, as you probably know better than I what happens in a church like that.
That church was not very much like the one I come from. But they spoke of an emissary, I suppose, who came bearing a gift, and they were wrong, or lied to, or misled, or just blasphemous, I don't know.
Alright, note to self, deny gifts from emissaries.
It depends on the emissary, but
Alright, well, I'm sure you need your rest. I won't keep you. I just wanted to make sure that... I guess that you were talking about it? Is that weird in some extent? I feel like we haven't really talked to you much since it happened.
no, I suppose we haven't. I don't suppose your stories shed any illumination on the situation.
I could check, but it'll have to be kind of an all-nighter situation.
I don't know what they did to me, and I don't like it.
I don't either. Is there anything specific that you want me to try to look into?
I mean, I now have briefly had wings. Something in that vein might be helpful.
I'll figure it out. Alright, well, if I'm grumpy in the morning, just come wake me up, because I won't not be awake until like 11 a.m. if I'm gonna read all night.
Okay. And Zoran, I appreciate you checking in.
Yeah, you do the same for me, so someday I hope to have wings as well. I actually quite liked them. I thought they looked becoming, but...
Thanks.
Getting closer to that 10 every day. I'll just sleep.
We love one Soren boy. If this is your last call for any other encounters or things you want to do on the road there, any descriptions you want to make, talk about what your characters do to kill time when you're walking through a wood.
I've got one more, but obviously put anyone else before me because I just went, so.
The only other thing I can think of is there a library anywhere near?
Probably the next place to reach a library is going to be that abbey that you're going to.
Alright,
Unfortunately.
Or a bookshop, because Oleander would be there.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot on the road.
I figure it's a really small town we passed
Yeah.
through. Too,
Yeah, that was
so-
just like a forest
We're like in the
town.
sticks.
Yeah, that was like a town like that hunters just kind of like set up.
I don't know, there's a printing press in this world.
You never know. You never know.
You never know, you know.
If there's...
You never know. You never know.
Alright, Chris, then take it away, I think. Sorry, Noir, it's just the circumstances of where you are.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay. I just hate denying people shit.
Oh no, it's
Can't.
not good.
Mine's quick. Just after that conversation with Azara, I'm going to try to flip through the old special cursed book and perhaps relive a memory having to do with the Dusk Rose or Fey curses that grant you flight, anything like that. Even if I have to go into the book, I'm willing to do that.
So you're gonna have to go into the book for this one.
Sick.
When you go into the book, you get these magical letters. You can't even read them. They're in some sort of sylvan tongue. And you're just kind of walking around this brightly colored garden. The leaves of these plants are many different colors, not just green. And there's a lot of fey creatures. And you do notice, as day goes into night, a figure descends from the moon. And you note those that he twists into his creatures, these moth-like demon-esque fey creatures. They all have fey heritage. He doesn't target just people. or, folk you'd run into, or just animals. It's all fey creatures. Things with fey blood in it. And he approaches you and just kind of stops and just goes, "Oh no, you belong to someone else." And he just kind of drifts away.
Excuse me, sir. I'm just gonna kind of tap his shoulder.
He just kind of turns around like the dramatic Count Dracula. "What can I do for you?"
I'm totally an elf. I could have had wings as well. Can you tell me why? Well, at least tell me who I belong to. I didn't know I belonged to anyone. I thought I was like this cool solo lone wolf kind of guy for a long
traitor.
time.
Yeah, that's who you belong to. The traitor.
Aren't you
Well,
kind
to
of a
your
traitor?
people. No, I was unfortunately left a very terrible divorce settlement by the bitch of winter. So, I'm not a betrayer of any kind. I think my wife betrayed me. Well, ex-wife.
I didn't know that I was speaking to someone who was down so bad. I apologize.
Oh, the Moonlit King is never down so bad. I've always got a plan somewhere up in this little noggin.
Sure. So let's say, hypothetically, if you did grant me wings, okay? I know I'm chosen by the traitor, but if I wasn't, and you granted me wings, would that perhaps mean that I was chosen by you?
Well, that means you have fey blood, at least. I can't control those outside of fey or influenced by the moon. Surely you know that. I thought you were a lore master, a grand storyteller. Or as Soren Silverthorn finally sung his last verse. We shall see when we finally meet, shall we?
Looking forward to that day increasingly more, sir.
Yes, and do tell Izara. It was personal.
All right. Well, it'll be personal when she kills you as well.
Oh, that won't happen.
All right, toodaloo. And I'm just gonna walk off back towards the book and just start writing down, "Only douche bigger than me."
And when you're kind of walking away, you just kind of hear like a roar of some kind as he takes the form of some like grotesque moth demon creature and just kind of flies off into the night.
I don't know if I want to tell Azar. What if it's our worst nightmare as a group? Azara is turning into a moth slowly, and how do I tell her?
It's like the fly all over again.
Yep.
The metamorphosis.
Where's that in Kerkazel's book of adventuring tips?
He died before that.
Just do not follow the butterflies. So with that, as the days pass, Azara eventually recommends everyone stays in the woodlands to the east, within the forest to avoid any Kavithians who may be near the Aether Wells pumping out that sweet, sweet magic sauce. Despite the fall weather, the primeval forest you traverse teems with life. Small animals seem to be almost everywhere, and birds sing their sweet, sweet songs. As you approach the Lake of the Moon's Eye on the 8th day of your journey, you notice a mist that stretches on the horizon beyond, throughout the forest and over the lake. The mist seems to cling to every direction that would take you to Palmeld or Brightstar.
Well, that feels vaguely ominous.
All right, yeah.
Is
it's
it Bright Star where we were advised to go by that weird vendor dude?
These are past Bright Star.
Yeah, I think
Why
it's like northeast for Bright Star, he said.
Yeah, Gold Meadow. Here, I'm gonna switch.
That was a
you.
reason we were
It
going.
was because he said there was other, like activity, similar things that happened in Rocktree happened, right?
Yeah, so I switcherooed the maparoo for y'all, and you will see where Gold Meadow sits in relation to Paymeld, or however I'm bad at names.
However, these words I decided are pronounced.
I made that one and I nurtured Alex with it.
It's like Pillars of Eternity all over
Amazing.
again. How the fuck do you say this thing? All right.
Gold
So,
Meadow, okay, I see.
yeah.
We wanted advice on something from the abbess, but now we don't remember what it was.
I don't either, unfortunately.
I mean, check my recap.
So, Izara, you remember that as you approach the lake of the Moon's Eye, against the shore of the lake, you see a lake house that you remember quite well. It's said to be an old standing Alfenheim house, almost preserved in time. Most people regard it as a historical site, often visited by scholars, although no one is certain who the current occupant of the house is. You remember coming here with your mother. The pink and orange horizon of an autumn sunset reflects off the lake, contrasted by the figure you used to see in the woods around here. Pleasant memories intermixed with discordant dreamings. You remember those days. As you're remembering those days, you can kind of feel those violet fairy wings manifest for a brief moment. Friends, you see this too.
You doing that on purpose?
No.
Oh, it is so absolutely magical. How wonderful. Can you make them stay? Can you flap them? Can you fly?
I don't know.
They do look very nice. Do you mind if I just sort of, take a closer look, Azara?
Please, I'd like to know why they're here.
Can I, examine the wings at all?
What kind of examination are you giving these? Like, what are you looking for?
I have read a lot of weird arcane shit, especially as Oleander's looked up answers for, Pharaoh weird arcane deal. So I feel like my freaking nerd backgrounds might come into effect here.
Alright, the reason I ask is I'm trying to decide what skill to stick you with, or what ability score. We'll say intelligence since you're using book stuff.
Book learning. That's a 16.
So, with a 16, you remember helping out with some Fae research things. Those wings are definitely Fae in nature, for sure. And the fact that Izara is growing them suggests that perhaps maybe she carries some Fae heritage. That is more than just the standard elven Fae heritage.
Well, I mean, all I really know for sure is they're very Fae in nature. I don't know. It might be some sort of reaction to whatever that Dryad was doing.
I don't suppose I would know literally anything about what's happening.
You could try, I suppose.
I would like to do that.
Give me an intelligence check. What background do you think?
Child of the Fae?
Sure would.
That might help in this situation.
Sure fucking would, huh?
You said intelligence?
Yes.
22?
Alright, so, Mom used to tell you stories. Used to tell you all kinds of fantastic stories about the old family tree and about how there might be, a powerful fae in there or two. That your ancestors, they courted with the fae quite often, and perhaps this is kind of a result of that.
So
You used to just be, it used to be kind of like when your parents tell you cool shit about your ancestors, you kind of hand wave that shit. But now it's legit. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No, you're good. Azara, so I did do some book learning last night, and I've kind of come to the same conclusions it took Oleander about, maybe 5 seconds to make. So I didn't really learn all that much, but I did learn that, look at this, your Fae and heritage. Yep, you're welcome.
No offense, Soren, but I kind of knew that.
Yep. But I think Oleander is onto something in the fact that it does run deeper than mine, for instance, maybe. I'm half elven, but I think that your relatives were actually Fae, and mine were just the elvish people.
My mother used to tell me stories. I thought they were nonsense, just tales she made up to entertain me as a child.
Could be, I suppose, why that Rose targeted you in the battle.
It's possible. Doesn't explain why a rose was there in the first place. Why? I have no connection to that church, so why would the Moonlight King target it?
I think maybe... don't ask me how I know this yet. I'll tell in time. But perhaps... I think that maybe he was more targeting you than the church. Just a hunch.
Well,
Yeah, you know you were gonna have wings, so maybe.
but then
You know.
why target some church in the middle of a town I've never been to before, not Bright Star? Unless he has targeted Bright Star and we're too late.
Well, I feel like the Moonlit King is always, so far at least, a step ahead of us, so I wouldn't surprise me if he knew we were going to stop in Brocktree.
Hey GM, quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
I can't recall. Did we ever get rid of our fairy friends?
No, you and Constance still have yours.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, fella. You're all tucked in armor.
Oh no, that's okay. No bother at all.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that all fairies know about all fairy stuff, because that's rude, but my friends got wings, and it's weird, and we don't know what's going on with that. Do you have any idea what's going on here, buddy?
Peeks head out, looks at Azara. Oh, I can't tell you that one.
Oh, it's a secret, but you know, right?
Well, it's got to do with true names and things like that, and so I can't tell.
Oh, I already know her name is Azara.
No, not hers, but perhaps hers as well. See, her true name might, but she has a name here for your world, but she has a name back home as well.
Is it kind of like how my name Shaw is bullshit, because I don't really know what my name is?
No, it's just that mortals don't really understand fairy stuff.
I knew it was a bunch of fairy stuff going on now. That's what I was saying. I don't know nothing about this man.
But it's not my liberty to reveal Azara's true name. Only Azara can do that, and doing that gives you power over her.
Oh, I'm not trying to get power over nobody. No, you know what? I gotta tell you, I am about as lost as a frog in the middle of an encyclopedia. I have no idea what's going on right
Oh, I have seen a frog in an encyclopedia, and let me tell you, it is hilarious.
here. And I'm just hopping around, just trying to figure out where to get whatever frogs eat. All right, well, you know what, buddy? I'm gonna let you get back to sleep in there. You need me to put on the extra shirt, get the extra fluffy down there for you?
Oh, would you please? And the
Yeah.
fuzzy, comfy socks.
Oh, you want some socks? I got some socks for you. Hold on, buddy. And I'm imagining he's whispering all this, so the fairy can't be overheard. So you just see him talking into his armor, and then he puts a sock in his armor, and then he goes, "All right. So as far as I gather it, me and my buddy here, we don't talk about your name. You got a name that's true." And you gotta know what your true name is, and if anybody knows what your true name is, it'll have power over you or something. And the fairy knows what's going on, but it's not at liberty to tell us. So there's a whole thing happening here. But
How dazzlingly useful.
You know what? I'm just gonna tell you straight up front, Azara, that hurt my feelings.
Oh, my apologies, Shaw. That was directed at your little fairy friend, not you. I do appreciate you asking on my behalf.
We're doing our best. All this magic stuff is confusing it. To be quite honest, it's making my head hurt. One day you have wings, one day you don't have wings, and then you do have wings, and I don't know. I want wings, but no, whatever.
My head hurts too, Shaw, if that helps at all.
So you still have the familiar
Shaw
lake
so
house
much.
and the mist before you as we analyze Izara's newfound Fey wings that kind of, as like time passes, are kind of fading away again.
So it was the influx of memories that seemed to trigger.
I suppose so.
Okay, I want to try and focus very hard on my mother and everything she ever told me about fairies and fae in the Feywild, which probably wasn't all that much.
No, but it's definitely enough to get the wings to come back as you're thinking about Mom and her talking about the fairy stuff.
Right.
But now, to learn how to use them, huh?
I guess there are worse places to learn how to fly than a lake.
Wait, you're going to use them?
Well, I have them.
Yes, I mean, what is the point of gifts if you are not going to use them?
Okay, well, I only have one healing potion, so, just keep that in mind.
I'll be
Oh.
careful.
Go ahead.
You
We
hear
do
a-
have a chunky healing potion still.
You hear a voice come from the lake house. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Burn and look.
All right. So you see an individual in these long blue traditional astral star robes. Let me see.
Wouldn't test the wings or wouldn't drink the chunky potion.
We will see in a second. I have my
Why is it always the astral star people that are just like coming out and being creepy? And just like the astral star apparently hates us.
So he wears his hood over his head. Small antlerish horns protrude from beneath the hood. A blue glow emanates from beneath the bandages that he wears over the sockets of his eyes as he looks at you. Oleander, this individual before you flickers ethereal and you see a bluish humanoid skull beneath the bandaged face. They have wrapped hands that they kind of lift up towards you in like a disarming way, like, I mean you no harm. You do not have full control of those just yet.
Who are you?
To you, I have taken many different names, which you may know me by and will become clear to you will be in due time. Come on, come in. I was expecting you. I've got tea going.
That is very hospitable of you. May I ask who our gracious host is?
Oh, that would be the Lord Natram. And he immediately just kind of takes on a new posture and just grows like a big old mustache and becomes like this fanciful looking lord dressed in red with a big feathery hat. What ho, yes, I am the host of this Gregorious feast, and quite a mighty feast it will be. Lord Natram of Rensrun at your service.
Is this a name Oleander recognizes? If it's
Oh.
called Rensrun?
Oh yeah, there's a whole, his mansion's still there. That was the name Martin the Pilfer took when he was kind of pulling him Count of Monte Cristo on everybody.
Sam's not familiar with just like the lore of that area, I guess.
No, that's chill. Martin the Pilfer is a legend, like a Higardi legend. He stole the Astropath Arcanum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I knew that was a name I should know.
Very important name in the lore.
Well, it is very good to meet you, Lord Netram. Thank you for your hospitality. The sarcasm is sort of out of Oleander's voice now.
Oh, no. I am just merely sponsoring the feast. My companion here is the one who wished to speak with you, not me. We'll talk another time, perhaps when you're back in Ren's Run someday.
Well, that would be wunderbar, thank you. And just sort of glance over at everyone, making an I don't know kind of face.
So then, the Lord before you shifts back into this bandaged astral star monk in these blue robes they're musty and old, but it does bear the 6-pointed star. That's the symbol of the faith. The furtive, and let's see, the furtive monk then just waves you to join him inside for tea.
If you won't tell us your name, can you please give us something to call you?
Martin.
Okay.
That's a name many know me by. But it's not my true name. Something that I think you're starting to become acquainted with. Now follow me
Very
inside.
confused by...
You can be confused, that is fine. There are many confusing things in life to be discovered, and for us to learn the truth about ourselves and about existence.
I must disagree. Being confused is rather unpleasant, and I would rather avoid it as much as possible. But I would very much enjoy a cup of tea.
Yes, and confusion will know you in due time, yes. Come now, am I going to have to push you inside? I wanted to speak with you momentarily.
I will go inside cautiously.
So when you go inside, the house is picturesque. Amber windows tinging the sunlight that streams in all sorts of beautiful hues. Vines grow up the support beams of the loft of the house, and there's at the table there's tea ready to be had. See now, please have a seat. I will explain in due time.
I will take a place, but I will not eat or drink anything unless he does first.
Oh, he does. He has no problem drinking the tea.
I'm getting down on anything that's edible or drinkable in my vicinity.
It is delicious. There's a pie there. There's some mashed potatoes, because he knows hospitality.
I'm just gonna hit up my fairy buddy like, you want some of this?
I'm okay. I'm not very big on the potato thing.
I get you. Starch.
Yeah, too much starch.
Keeps going.
No, dear friends, I have sought you out for like you. I too am gifted. And my dear sister, on the other hand, does not share our sight, so no one really have understood anyone. Surely I expect you've encountered much the same throughout your lifetimes.
Yeah, this is true.
Now, I have come to warn you of the power of these artifacts that you seek. You need the proper knowledge and equipment to work with such chaotic substances, or your mind would be left boggled and confused. As dear Constance has said, we do not want that.
No.
So look at, but do note what such things have wrought. Not just here, but in places like the place you call Badger Creek, for instance. But I do think you have what it takes. Yes, but you need proper knowledge. When you find my path, which you will, because you know one of my names, you will then seek out the town of Tuft Hollow and find my dear friend, the shaman. Tell him Eternal trust survives the soul, and he will know I sent you.
Oh, that is where I am from.
Where the name of your town is a concept, I suppose.
So if I'm to understand correctly, you're helping us get special knowledge so that this nut doesn't drive us crazy.
And
So,
oh,
yes, but they're
and-
also very dangerous. You've seen what can happen with these artifacts.
and the password is eternal trust holds the answers, yes?
Eternal trust survives the soul.
Eternal trust survives the soul. I mean, I do prefer my saying, but I suppose it is a decent password, thank you.
Of course, it's a decent password. I made it up centuries ago.
Well, you know, you're supposed to, like, change those regularly, though.
Oh,
Yes, well.
indeed. And you may want to use a combination of maybe letters and numbers.
Zara, I am glad to see that folks still hold on to respect for our creator. And he kind of, pats the astral star brooch on his robes.
Frankly, I'm not quite sure how to respond to that given the situation.
And what situation would that be?
You, a stranger, have waylaid us on our journey, not given us a name, given us a quest, and very few details. And forgive me, it's been a trying few.
I'm sure it has.
My whole life.
I could not imagine what your struggle was. But you are here now. And I think your group has what it takes to set things right.
I
Indeed,
hope so.
that is our mission.
Some of our missions. Do you often pull people out of the woods and tell people to go fuck off, or?
No, I don't. I have better things to do with my time.
Do I believe him?
That is up to you.
Alex,
Yes.
you said I stayed at this lake house before. Do I know who it belongs to?
You do not know the current occupant, no. It used to belong to a few people from Bright Star. Kind of changes hands here and there, and no one knows who owns it currently.
Okay.
Timeshare.
Can I roll a vibe check on this dude to see if I believe him or see if he's like...
Yeah, you and Soren can roll my vibe checks for me.
Vibe check.
That's a nice, either charisma or wisdom.
Any chance I can add natural predator to it?
Sure, Soren, I take it you're gonna add some sort of background.
I don't really have a background, but I rolled a 22 anyways.
Oh, shit, nice.
May I try and piece together
28.
This.
I rolled a nat 20.
Fuck. He's being honest. He's definitely not of this world from just how he's talking. And Azara, what are you trying to do?
trying to see if I can suss out any details about his identity, see if I maybe recognize the guys he's taken or understand any of the references he's made.
Well, if you know the legend of Martin at all, this all makes a lot of sense. It's Martin, the dude who stole the astropath. If you've heard those legends, no doubt you have.
Almost certainly.
You live in a predominantly Higardi, and in the faith does not view him very kindly. He kind of stole a really important artifact from everybody, and pissed a lot of people off about it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm not sure if I really believe it is him, but okay.
What's up, Noir?
I was gonna say, after everybody's had their time talking to him, Shaw would like to kind of pull him aside.
And what would you like to know? Your
So,
world?
well, I heard that you've been alive for you said centuries.
Yes.
So that means you got to know all sorts of stuff, right?
I suppose I know many things. I did steal the Astropath Arcanum at some point, so yes.
I'm going to be very blunt with you, friend. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds very impressive. But I'm figuring that you might be aware of like dragons and stuff, right?
Well, there's quite a few dragons that I'm aware of, yes.
All right. That means we're on the right track so far. Good. I like where this is going. I'll pat him on the shoulder. All right, now here's the thing.
Just kind of looks where you patted him on the shoulder.
So I have been getting visions since I woke up. It's a whole thing, but I described to him the vision of the mountain, the dragon, and the slayer. I just go, does any of that ring a bell for you, Mister? Been alive for a long time.
Yeah, actually, it kind of does. It intersects with some of what I put into plan centuries ago that have taken place rather recently to ensure that victory was had.
I mean, can you give me any more sauce on that? Like, I'm looking for, names, like, what, do I look familiar at all? Like, have you seen me or anything?
I have seen you many times before.
Oh, great. Were we friends? What was my name? Where did you meet me? Tell me about myself.
You will know all of what you need to know in due time, and when you need to know, and when you are ready. As you are going to follow my path, you need to follow yours as well.
Am I ready now?
No, you won't be ready for quite some time.
Can you give me a nugget? Like, did I like apples?
You did enjoy fighting.
Oh, that's easy. I mean, because I still like fighting, but I don't like apples, and I always wondered, like, did I used to like apples? Like, did I have a mighty urge for
Wait, there
apples?
is a reason, actually. The one who raised you when you were young believed that an apple a day kept the doctor away. And unfortunately, that came to be your disdain for the fruit.
Oh, because I was wounded, and I really needed a doctor, but I had eaten so many apples, and they left me there thinking I was dead because they couldn't get past my apple barrier. And then my body healed itself, but it didn't heal itself correctly for lack of a doctor. And now here we are. All because of those apples.
Yes, let's blame a fruit tree for all of this. I like your theory, sir. I think I'll put that in a book someday.
It's just like, never again apples.
Dibs, Martin, and I'm just writing in the corner.
Shit.
Alright, well, how about the next time we see each other, you tell me something else about myself?
Yes. Perhaps I shall.
Alright, here's my next question. I want you to prime up for it, because I got
He kind of takes a...
Alright, now don't tell nobody, because it's a little embarrassing. And I get real close to it, but I whisper, I am downright terrified of kangaroos, and I need to know why.
Oh, you too? Hmm? So unnatural, really. Well, there was the one incident where the one who raised you took you to a boxing match. Thought it was a great idea of bonding time. And there was a kangaroo there. Or at least a druid who took a kangaroo form. And... oh, the sight. All the terrible sights.
I probably trained for not a kangaroo. and then I had to fight a kangaroo last second. And you train for these, but there's no training for the
It's a
feet
cheap
hands.
shot, really, you know?
Yeah, it's like they have 4 fists, and they can stand on their tail, which is just not fair at all because they can change their height. I've been thinking about this a long time, and I just thank you, Martin, for letting me get this out because I've been downright spooked. Like when we fought the giant bees and they killed me, like I was like I'm dying, but like thank God they're not kangaroos.
I understand what you mean. It's like kangaroos are not only terrifying, but it's also kind of embarrassing to die to one.
I mean, absolutely, and like they have abs. Like I'm strong, but you can't see my strong because I got a nice layer of tummy over it. But like kangaroos are just aesthetic, right? And you know that they're not using any kind of juice, so that's all natural, and that just doesn't seem fair. They got an advantage all the way around, and I'm pretty sure. I'm so sorry.
Defense, they do have to survive a world with dragons, ogres, trolls, giants, and starts listing off like chimeras.
Well, in all fairness, I'm pretty sure a dragon killed me, and then I couldn't get healed because I had my Applegate. So, like, I think that I lived just as hard a life as a kangaroo. I'm just saying.
Perhaps you are a kangaroo in spirit, good sir. And he kind of just chuckles.
Kangaroo in my past, like his mind is blown, and he's just kind of staring at the wall.
He just kind of walks towards Zara. I can sense you have another question for me.
You mentioned a sister.
Oh yes, I sure did. You know her quite well. There's no need for me to introduce you, but she made quite an impression. And that's all for now. Toodaloos now. Enjoy the forest. Just don't go flying over the lake because you might take a wee nap when you step in.
Could I get a name?
Now.
It's definitely the hunter lady.
Almost certainly. And that's... Hold on. Didn't she say that her parents were Marlfax and... Was it Selena Moonbow?
Yes,
I mean,
technically.
are we shocked? Look at this Martin fellow. He just ranted about kangaroos for like 45 minutes with Shaw.
He does have horns. Well, antlers.
I imagine we got like shoot out the door like cartoon style.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everybody
Oh, yeah.
on our heels, just like, oh wait, but
Toodaloos, bye-bye, and it's just kind of like, it's just like a big magic hand, like the hand is like, or the rug, it comes alive and just starts pushing you out of the door.
Wait, no, I still have questions.
right. We like still have a cup of tea. In my
Yeah,
hand.
like I'm imagining us getting like shuffled out the door, and half of us are still just like holding a teacup and saucer.
I love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really liked Martin. I say we do whatever he wants because that guy was pretty cool.
He seems to know a lot about me, and I have a lot of answers and a lot of questions now.
I have to admit, I did not really think it was the real Martin at first, but he knew a lot of information. Oh, Peter! Shh! I just turned to my service dog. Give her a biscuit.
Well, I mean, he mentioned something about not flying over a lake, and I believe that the only person here who may be able to fly is Azara, so I do not understand why that warning was warranted.
Perhaps this is not a good place to practice your flights.
Indeed, we should avoid flying, I suppose.
Oh,
I think that might be wise for the time being.
And also apples.
and kangaroos, it would seem.
Azara, one more thing before we're off the topic completely, and I forget to never mention it.
Ida!
the the reason that I think that perhaps you were of more Fey blood than I, even as a half-elf as well, is that I read somewhere that, I'm just gonna say it, I talked to the Moonlit King last night, alright? I talked to him, he's a cool guy.
You what?
He's kind of like me, I think we could be friends in an alternate life. Anyways, he reminds me a lot of myself, but...
How did you do that?
I'll tell you later, but he...
Ida! Just in the background.
He told me that I belong to some other entity, which again we're gonna avoid for now. We'll get back to that. We don't have time to unpack all this. But then your family tree maybe belonged to Faye? I don't really know. He wasn't super clear on the details, but anyways, I think that's kind of the reason that I don't have wings and you do. You were kind of chosen for that. So anyways, I know you're stunned, but
I don't really know all that much about my mother's side of the family. She never, I mean, she spoke of them in vague terms. Like I said, she would tell me outlandish. I'm so sorry about the dog!
Yeah, I know you're stunned with silence. We can get back to it later, but think on it. Take your time. I'll explain my bits later.
All right. So unfortunately, to get to wherever you want to go, you're gonna have to go into the mist. Especially if you're trying to get to Bright Star, Paymeld, or Gold Meadow.
Really quickly. I promise it's gonna be real quick.
Okay.
Sean's just gonna inch his way over to Soren and go, Nightmare King say anything about me?
You're good. And I'm just gonna cast a little illusion of a kangaroo in his palm real quick.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Alright, so Lucy's just going to make sure that Doggo is okay. Yeah, Ida was definitely probably acting up around Weird Martin, especially if you're...
That makes sense. You know, she
Necro
wasn't
sense
working
is
at the
tingling.
moment anyway, so it's
Yeah.
okay. It's just like, come on, jeez. We're in front of company.
Right.
Oleander totally kept her teacup, too. That's hers now.
That's fine. I don't think Martin really cared. Alright, so whenever you're ready, you can enter the wonderful misty forest. Or continue into the mist in the forest, because it's all just forest everywhere.
Well, shall we?
Alright, we shall. And Soren, if you ever make another one of those things near me again, I swear we will have words and you will not enjoy them.
It was a one and done, my friend, I promise.
So, you enter into the misty woodlands. As you further explore deeper into the fog, it seems to grow thicker to the point where you can't see through it. You grow lightheaded for a moment before everything goes dark. And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh, we should have had more tea.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us so far.
Yes, and thank you so much, Play Multiverse, for the raid, by the way.
Thank you. I'm sorry I was in the throes of GMing.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the RP. It was too many kangaroos.
All right. Well, we will be back shortly. I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.
Ta-ta for now.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome back, everyone, to WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. Because Pelgrane Press thinks we do this kind of okay and gave us their blessing. So, thanks. We have a code with them. You can get money off 13th Age. I was talking about earlier. I was gushing about this system to my buddy. Anyway, he actually did agree with me. The whole no-grid system is genius. Anyway, so we were actually chatting, and AJ thought it was a great idea to take us live because I guess we can get a look into how I do these things and keep track of stuff as a GM. So we were talking about the newspaper articles, and they're kind of like these things that I've as I go through, as the party goes through towns and does stuff, I'm tracking their reputation, and I'm using the three that the game uses: heroic, ambiguous, and villainous. They're pretty self-explanatory. Heroic means like people view the party as heroes and generally a force of good. Ambiguous is they could be okay, they could not be. Ambiguous could also mark like a very neutral party. And then villainous is you're seen and reviled by others. So there was a +1 to heroic for your activities in Badger Creek. And then the +1 ambiguous actually comes from what happened in Brocktree. And I've been using the newspaper articles to kind of signal to the characters when their reputations kind of shifted. And it gives them an idea of like how they're growing in notoriety, because I love that idea of adventurers gaining notoriety as they do shit. I love a good reputation system. But also, like, people are going to have a specific way of viewing them, especially in a world where the printing press exists and there is the media, that Shaw and Constance somehow find a way of, Shaw and Constance somehow get to the media, and there's no... Yeah, so...
We're the party's public relation team. I'm so sorry.
We're fucked, oh god.
And they can
So
never
anyway.
get anything out of us because Constance just tries to push eternal trust propaganda onto them.
And Shaw can't give an interview because he gets nervous.
The only thing that's scarier than a kangaroo.
It's like, oh, you're interested in what I have to say? Here's a brochure.
All right, so here's the recap that I gave to Lucy for what happened last episode for anyone who's joined us since we started. So, as Azara came running out of the temple, there was an explosion of spectral fire. Azara was knocked out and dragged in by a big-ass vine, and the doors slammed shut. Moth started to harvest the souls of the townsfolk via proboscis and took their bodies. Shit was terrifying. The caravan had to survive to Escalation 6, and it was down to Constance who got everyone safely inside the temple. Inside, the party was bruised and battered. They heard Azara's calls for help, and there was a familiar blue streak upon a star-tipped arrow. As Azara called out one last great call for aid. Determined AF, the clairvoyants went downstairs to find Azara cocooned up and a big-ass rose, the Alerna Dusk Rose. It was harvesting souls. So the party got to gardening and clipped that weed as Azara busted out of the cocoon with violet fey wings. The temple was about to do a kerplooey, so Shaw scooped you up and loop-de-loop, you get out. So as they leave the temple, you hear people go, "Oh, yay, the Inquisition will save us from this bullshit those monks put us through." Fun fact, no. The Inquisition started gunning down everyone, innocent or mothified zombie a la Half-Life style. Oleander said, "We need to board the Nope train to fuck thatville," and that's exactly what happened. Everyone was mortified, and Azara has 2 glowing slits on her back now. So that's what happened last time. We have a good time here on WovenRealm. So before the break,
Why do we even do recaps anymore? Just let
Why
Alex
do I
do
bother?
it. Right? Just let Alex do it every week.
That's what he sent me word for word. That was my preparation for this session.
oh, and then it was like, "Oh, have fun tomorrow." So before the break, the clairvoyant caravan had entered the mist, and everything had gone dark. You awaken next to a babbling brook, your head whirling and ringing in pain. As you come to, you realize you're much lower to the ground, and those flowers look awful big. Your senses have changed, and when you look down at your hands, you see, and I'm going to have everyone describe their realization of their new forms.
Oh, goodness. Who wants to go first?
Well, I no longer have hands. I have little stick feet with little claws. And some little wings. Not fairy wings. Bird wings.
All right, so if I'm hearing this correctly, we got knocked out some fierce, and now we're waking up and our head hurts real bad.
Yup.
All right, well that's just like when I drank that juice that made my head hurt real good. So I'm just gonna get up. Do I see anybody?
You see Shrike Azara kind of like looking at her wings. You're really low to the ground. You're looking around. You're seeing you recognize them as your friends, but everyone's woodland animals.
Oh, please be
And like you
careful.
see in front of your vision, there's like a big leathery bill that wasn't there before.
What in the heck is going on? I'm gonna try and feel.
Your mouth is a duck bill, and it's very like soft when you touch it.
Oh, please be careful. I am very small and
Abby, you're peeking.
You're peeking your mic.
Oh my
We
God.
can't hear you.
Oh no. No, I am very small and you are also very big. Please don't step on me.
Oh my God! What is Constance?
She is a little chipmunk.
Oh my God, this is. Well, first off, I've got to be honest with you, Constance. That is the most flippin' adorable thing. Can you understand me? Can animals understand each other?
And
Or am I-
you are understanding each other clearly.
I do not know if this is normal.
You're speaking again.
Yeah,
Abby,
we
you
can't
have
hear
to-
that voice, Abby.
Oh no.
Sorry,
Okay.
AJ.
Or
That's
you
so
just have to be
sad.
closer to the mic.
No. Oh, I'm trying to be further away so I don't do that.
Uh,
All right, just
But,
do normal
yeah.
Constance voice, please.
Yes, I do not know. This may just be some magic. It's cow poo poo. This may not be real. Always. Wait, no. Is this real? Is this
it
happening?
feels pretty real. You're one of those like tiny little striped mouse things, and I look at Zara. What is it, Zara?
I am currently a shrike, which is a tiny little bird.
That
right.
impales things on thorns.
They're butcher birds.
You're a bird. What?
I would recommend pinching ourselves, but I seem having a problem with that.
I can try to. What am I?
And when you look down into the babbling brook, you see the reflection of a platypus.
He just looks down into the reflection and he goes, I have no idea what this is. I seem to be a duck beaver of some kind.
Duck beaver.
Alright, Soren! I'm looking for Soren. Did you do this?
Sure, I would have made you a kangaroo, and I'm over here as a fox with silver fur, and I'm like, this is kind of cruel. It's like a glimpse into like 100 years from now. It's a bit on the nose, but
Why'd he get a cool animal?
I got a duck beaver.
I'm some kind of
Got a
duck
duck.
beaver. I got a bill on the front and the back. I don't like it. Leanne, where are you at? What are you?
You look down, and close to the ground is a very indignant-looking long white ferret that has the same sort of golden eyes Oleander has, and is just like really frustratingly like cleaning its fur. Like there's already dirt and stuff stuck in the white fur, and she's just like, are you freaking kidding me? This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. Why did you all get such better things? Why am I? What? I am a freaking mucilage? This is. Oh, I'm a weasel. Are you kidding me?
Better things. Look at me.
Are you kidding? You are fascinating. Did you know that your spurs have poison in them? It is really cool.
Oh, that's kind of badass.
Yeah, right? I can't do scheisse. This sucks. What the hell?
I think we need to. I think there's one important question that we need to figure out before we do anything here, which is one, where is your dog, and two, does your dog eat duck beavers?
I sort of like start looking up and around for Ida. And just craning this head back.
And like there's just this big, large, just it looks like it's a big raindrop, but Ida, it's definitely dog slobber just coming down towards the ground. And just the echoing
Ida, sit you. Does she understand me?
She can hardly hear you as you're so low to the ground.
Just
No.
chittering. I'm like, scheisse, hang on. I'm gonna go skittering up and like telephone pole like up Ida's leg and like up to be riding up on her head between her ears so she can hear my commands now. Just like, okay, Ida, sit. Oh, okay. Everything's shaking for everyone.
Yep.
Okay, though this is new. Is everyone okay? Besides,
The obvious.
Yeah.
I'm not hurt, as far as I can tell. I'm mainly confused and irritated.
I too am on the side of perturbed.
Yeah, I'm not very happy about this. What is this? How did this happen?
I was already dealing with one involuntary bodily change.
I do not believe I will be able to use my weapon very efficiently.
And that's when you realize all your gear and stuff is shrunk down to animal size for you too.
Oh,
I don't
Even
have
I, like-
opposable thumbs.
am I a gunslinging fox?
Yeah!
You're like Redwall
Armor-clad.
animals right now.
I'm a ferret in a very nice dress.
Yeah, you're like Redwall animals.
I am an armored clad platypus, which
That's
Sounds
a
like the
terrifying
most-
thing.
sounds like the most indie band of all time.
You thought kangaroos were scary? Wait
Yeah,
till
you
you see armor fighter platypus.
Our ironclad platypus. It sounds like a folk punk band. So yeah, your gear, and you find like as you're kind of like testing your physical ability and your abilities and stuff, you're still like effective and can do what you would normally do as large human type creatures, but now you're just small little wee animals.
I figure a shrike beak is about as effective as a javelin.
Yeah, like you can carry the javelin in one of your bird claws and use your claws as hands instead.
Superb.
So, down so low to the ground, the grass seems so tall and so large. The trees even more so. For a moment in the woodland beyond, you think you can hear drumming of some kind, but you're not certain where it could be coming from, as dissonance makes it seem as if the drumming could be from any direction. And that's when you see fluttering birds lift off from the trees and begin heading toward the northeast. They're making a fuss, and strangely you can understand them now. They're talking about a big shindig going down at a place called Tugwart's Lily Pad, and from the sound of loud drums, it can't be too far off from where you are.
Alright, well, I'm going. I'm sold.
I mean, if nothing else, perhaps we can get some information. Maybe there will be others who are coming through the area.
No, I think this is just us now. You gotta accept this, baby. I mean, we're frickin'. I don't know.
Okay, that's as easy for you to say you are not a fucking weasel.
Weasels are impressive predators. I don't know what your problem is.
And just stare at you down from on top of Ida's head. Like, I have 4 legs now and they all still look like shit. What do you want?
I don't have hands anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
And you kind of like slide off Ida as Ida kind of just goes running in a direction, chasing a bunny rabbit.
Come on! We did not train for this, I guess. That's fair.
I'm honestly just about I'm the same, essentially, so I'm doing pretty well.
You know, the resemblance is uncanny.
Silver Fox.
How are you
That's what I'm
planning to
saying, give
play
me like
an
100 years.
instrument with paws?
Yeah, let's figure it out. I mean,
Well,
there's
you're
some
going
learning.
to... You're gonna tear all the pages in that very nice book you have.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
would
True.
someone be maybe able to give me a ride?
Yeah, go ahead and get on here. I've got an easy ramp for you to get on. He just smacks his tail on the ground.
I'm like, do you have room for 2? I just look to the distance where I see Ida, like, frolicking.
Alright, you both can hold on to the pauldrons. I got 2 of them. They got the like, little handles that y'all can hold.
Yes!
I think Azara is going to attempt to fly.
Yeah, and it seems pretty natural for you.
Okay, I'm going to land between Soren's ears and he can deal with it.
Oh my god. If I was human, Soren, we'd be having words.
If I was human, well, half-elf and Azara, we wouldn't be in this situation.
I think you should use this time to learn how to fly, but alright.
Yeah, ooh, a little bit.
That was pretty impressive. Alright.
So,
I'll give you a ride, I guess, because it was pretty impressive, admittedly.
Thank you.
so
There's definitely disgruntled Pavithian, like, grumbling in Shaw's ear from one side, just the whole time.
You just hear Shaw like learning words. Like he just goes, Shazzy. That sounds like a
Yeah, none of them are good words to be learning, by the way. This is some filthy shit Olander is saying.
If a platypus could blush.
it's almost like Shaw describing that one dream. That's what it sounds like in Covithian.
Like, I, Sam, am not confident enough in using German swears appropriately to try saying that.
All right. So as you head towards where the birds are flying, puddles are lakes, and even flowers feel almost like trees to you. You have to climb over some large roots. Shaw, in all his platypus glory, has to toss down a large branch to make a bridge over a flooded stretch of woodland. The sound of a rambunctious band grows closer. The ground is covered in a fluffy dark green moss that keeps the ground nice and damp for you. You may take a moment to lean up against a mushroom, standing tall enough to be a table for you at this point. You cross through a tunnel made from a fallen log hollowed out by nature's course. A draping moss forms a green curtain that when you pull aside, you see what the songbirds are making such a fuss about. A floating pub for woodland creatures hosted on a series of large lily pads. There's a big, like, flashing sign. It says Tugwart's Lily Pad. And, like, there's just, like, jars that contain fireflies for lights, held aloft by stems floating plants. Duckweed covers the water on the lake's edge where the floating speakeasy bobs with the waves. On one of the pads, on a stage, plays a rather motley assortment of scruffy-looking animals. a raccoon on the piano, a grumpy badger playing a drum kit made out of human skulls, a bat playing a saxophone, but you probably don't know what that is, a snail playing this instrument that's essentially a big piece of like wood with 2 strings nailed into it, and a hamster playing some lute like instrument. And this is tonight's entertainment. They are playing loud, rowdy music.
Please tell me the flashing sign above the pub is like trained fireflies going off and singing.
Oh, it is. It totally is just fireflies going on and off.
How high were you, Alex?
I was having a lot of fun coming up with this.
We watched the Muppet movie recently.
I'm
There
really
you are.
good
So
fucking
very.
research.
Yeah.
The original one. The
Yes.
good one.
How many
Is this-
fireflies would you say, and would I be able to believe my eyes that there are that many?
God. Oh boy, here come the music puns. This is certainly one rowdy place. The crowd stand next to the stage, dancing away to the strange music coming from the set of strange instruments the barred troupe of animals, going by the name Bungalow Winston and the Nocturnal Experience, are playing. It is loud and has an especially harsh sound compared to the instruments that you are familiar with. Behind the bar that is fashioned from neatly positioned stones and driftwood is a scowling bullfrog with large amber eyes. He's puffing on a bombardier beetle that he has lit the abdomen on. He's puffing on it like a cigar. The other animals sitting around mushroom and flower tables drink aromatic drinks and they bob their heads to the music. And that's when you hear the raccoon behind the piano of the band say into a flower that amplifies his voice, "Oi, we're Bungalow Winston and a Nocturnal Experience. Sorry we had to reschedule this here shindig as Skull Bump was finishing a state in the Squirrel Slammer. This next one goes out to them bastards." And they just start playing like some jazzy before, like as they're going into that, they introduce the band members. Bungalow Winston is the raccoon. The badger drummer, Skull Bump Noggin Thump. The bat saxophonist, Count Saxula. The snail who's playing a bass is Uncle Sluggo, and the lute player is Jamster the hamster. Enjoy the show.
Alex, get out. That's our stream tonight, folks.
We are Bungalow Winston, and that was the Nocturnal Experience.
For my turn, I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. This is me for the rest of the night now. I'm sorry.
Are we in Fern Gully? You know, I was pulling a little bit from that, Kintero. I'm glad you asked. I was like trying to think. I was like inspired by Redwall. AJ and I have been playing Everdell. This is kind of like my love letter to that. Bungalow Winston's my love letter to Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. So this is the scene I have left you in.
Zara doesn't know what to do at like a humanoid tavern. She doesn't know what the fuck to do at an animal one.
I'm gonna buy a. Never mind, I can't say. I'm gonna buy a drink for another fox. I don't know.
So you go up to the
Get
bar.
so fast.
No, I know you're the bard, but no.
Is this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go. Nah, it's all good.
I was just gonna ask: is this like on a raised platform or something?
You're on a lily pad that's floating on the lake.
Oh, okay. So like we're on the same level. It's not like there's a fox trot above my head.
Oh, I mean, there's some difference. Like a badger's gonna be much bigger than a chipmunk.
Okay, cool.
Constance is just like clinging to Shaw's side for dear life.
As soon as Soren went to flirt with another fox, Zara was like, "No, goodbye."
Whoa! I didn't say flirt. I said I was gonna gather information of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, we're not that kind of stream. All right, so
I'm not a druid.
So you go up to the frog behind the bar. Welcome to Tugwart's Lily Pad. What can I get yous?
Well, that's the question, isn't it, Tugwart? Are you Tugwart? Can I call you Tugwart?
I am Tugwart, the one and only.
Were you a frog before today?
Let me think about that. Yeah, I was.
Thank you for your thoughtful consideration. That's all. I don't think I'm going to be having a drink. I don't really want to find out. Yeah. Well,
He's
let's
puffing on his
see what's on the
bombardier
menu.
beetle, and you're smelling like burnt, like caustic beetle acid as he's like puffing this cigar.
Is Azara still on my head?
Nope.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll have some.
You having some bombardier beetle?
Yeah, if you know.
I see you once, and he just lets you take a hit of the bombardier beetle.
Well, I'm pretty sure. You see, Tugwart. I'm pretty sure that I died a little while ago, and I'm just.
Okay.
This is the afterlife, and I'm enjoying it. So.
You know what? Here at Tugwart's, it's always the afterlife because that's how pissed drunk you should be by the end of the night.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about Bungalow Winston and what the hell is going on?
Bungalow Winston, oh, it's so hard to not say it without the accent. They's is a band, and they plays music, and they don't like them squirrel nobles that much. Like the rest of us here, right? And everyone around the bar's like, yeah, fuck them! Fuck them squirrels!
So we don't like the
fuck
squirrel.
Squirrels. Wait,
How do
no,
we land
I'm
on
squirrel
chipmunks?
adjacent!
Yeah, how do we land on chipmunks here?
Chipmunks are ground-dwelling creatures, right? There's okays, it's the squirrel nobilities we've got problems with. Hogging the nut all to themselves.
A hog in the nut. Is this nut an acorn, by chance?
Well, I've never seen the nuts myself, but it is at a big oaks tree, I suppose.
So, I feel like I'm really high.
Well, I hope you just hit some of this, baby.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm gonna go back to the party and tell them that I just heard that there's an acorn in a giant oak tree commanded by squirrels, and it might be our acorn.
Well, I suggest you don't go to the never trees, cause them squirrels are selfish, chittering bastards.
All right, thank you for the advice. All right, my dear woodland friends. I think I might have a lead on the acorn in this unlikely place, but
Really?
yes, Dr. Tugwart over there. He's a doctor. Don't question him on it. He's a doctor, and he.
Iron Olander looks doubtful.
Never question doctors.
Exactly. Anyways, Dr. Tugwart told me that there's an acorn up in an oak tree, guarded by some squirrel nobility, and honestly.
Oh, I fuck them squirrels, yeah!
Yeah, fuck them, yeah. I'm really fitting in, guys. Don't blow this for me. I think that. What are the odds it's not our acorn? Is all I'm saying. How many acorns do you see every day? So.
Lots. It's a forest.
All right. Well, the bard has done his part. He's gonna enjoy the concert now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just taken to this whole duck beaver thing a little too much, but the flow of that water is really pissing me off. Like, I feel like I need to stop it.
You want to fight
I'll join you.
the water?
I want to get some sticks, and I want to put it in the water till the water stops flowing. I don't know why.
Are you a beaver?
Am I a beaver?
I don't think beavers have bills.
And that's when someone comes up to you, and it's
Am I a beaver?
a skunk comes up to you, puts their arm around you. Oh, I know how you feel. I came in yesterday, and I woke up like this. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Oh, hell, man. I don't know what I am, but I can smell real good like that.
I
Just bum me
apologize.
out.
You're a platypus, sir.
I'm a what?
A platypus.
Those are real?
Yes,
I'm just gonna look at my
they're
party
native
like.
to Iberia.
I will look at my parties like, is he insulting me?
No, he is trying to help, I believe. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm a platypus.
Now, you say this is something of a new lifestyle for you?
Miles Philodendron at your service. And he's kind of like expecting his skunk butt to go off again,
Oh.
but it doesn't. He's like this finely dressed skunk too.
How did you
Listen,
find
I have
yourself
crones.
here?
I feel this guy. It happens. I'll be like, yeah, how long? It was just yesterday you said that you woke up like this?
Well, yes, I was coming into the forest. See, I was on a bit of a, let's just say, an expedition. I was looking into some things, and when I entered into the misty section, I passed out, and when I woke up, I was this smelly creature, a mustelid.
Yeah, right? It sucks!
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I get it. This is really, not how I was hoping to spend my evening. Do you have any idea, you know, why this happened, or how to stop it, or...
Well, see, I mean, I was heading towards Gold Meadow to go study what happened there. Violetta of the Weave had sent me out here, and, so... And then I came into here, and I'm now a stinky mustelid. Not happy about it.
Could we back up a little? Violetta of the Weave. Friends? More than friends?
Oh, definitely more than friends, my friend.
Wow, okay, great. Anyways, I'm gonna go listen to the band. You guys investigate it.
Do talk to them. They seem to have a nose for finding trouble.
I mean, I don't know if I should believe this guy about this whole platypus thing. He's called himself Mudda blah blah blah, and
I'm a
he's
skunk.
obviously a skunk.
Well, yes, sure. There are many names for different things, and that is sort of one of them. It is a type of things that, you know, we can talk about this later.
I do love a good talk about science, but yes, I do not enjoy being a skunk.
Are you affiliated with the Weave? You said someone there sent you? I don't know, Soren's already gone.
Oh yes, I work. I do some work for them. That's all. I'm a skunk.
Oh, okay.
Not much of a
What do you
scholar.
study?
You just hear in the background.
What do I study? Oh well, I only go out and investigate weird fae things. You know that there's good money in it, and well,
Weird fae things, you say.
yes.
It's been a recent run of those.
Yes, I was looking into an appearance of Nalerna Dusk Rose. Do you happen to know anything about that?
You work for the Weave?
That's right, the one and only.
Someone's just in the background.
Actually, we do. We were present when the Dusk Rose bloomed, became active.
Wait, are you talking? Where were you when this happened?
In it.
See, when I was heading to Gold Meadow, is that where you're more coming from? Is that why you are now animals as well?
That's not where we're coming from, is it?
No, Gold Meadow
No.
is the place that merchant told you to go check out.
No, we were in where were we?
Rock Tree?
I completely forgot the name of the town. Brock
Doesn't
Tree.
matter anymore, does it?
Nope. Oh,
Too soon.
most interesting. So it is true. Multiple roses did flourish that eve.
So that's a bad thing.
Yes,
I mean, you're a scholar on such subjects. Do you know what might cause such an event?
well, their mothers are chaos hags, so naturally chaos would have summoned such creatures.
But there was no report of a chaos storm in this area, was there?
No, but I suspect our current polymorph forms might have something to do with this. Or that.
I'm getting rather sick of these chaos
Oh my fucking god damn it, AJ, what is this?
You just now look at the chat.
I posted a very, very cursed meme in the WovenRealm discussion chat in the Discord. And I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry.
Don't apologize.
I'm like, why is everyone laughing? I'm like, there has to be some lit ass shit going on in chat right now.
No, it's just cursed. Like us.
Oh my god. Alright, Miles Philodendron. Not good. God damn it.
I need to close the Discord.
Deep breaths.
It's just, it was such a good choice of scene. It's so good.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, we make pretty lit memes here at Chromatic Chimera. There's one reason you should come hang out with us.
Lit asterisk cursed.
Cursed. Yeah, our we like making cursed memes, especially about our games. Anyway, so Miles does kind of share like his thoughts, like this has to do with chaos bullshit. I learned the dust roses and now everyone's a fucking animal.
Yeah, that tracks. Damn it.
So my guess would be you need to find wherever this chaos artifact is and causing all of this.
I look suspiciously at my bag. Right, well, I don't suppose you have any idea where it might be or what it might be.
I don't know, ask the animals. That's
Well-
what I'm here to do.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Yes.
your help.
Is this guy's name Miles? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Miles, you ever had a rival before?
I suppose there's a few rivals in the archaeological field, yes.
Alright, just remember that. I'm gonna go get to the bottom of this.
Wait a minute. Are you those people from Badger Creek?
Couldn't be us.
Well, I mean, they would be the only ones who'd know something else about this. Similar events like that. I read the news.
Well, we're much more than the news for a phrase, let me tell you that. We've had a few rough interviews so far, but we're even more capable than the news has said.
And I'm sure Violetta would love to get a personal report from you, Soren. And he just kind of saunters off, skunk tail waving in the wind.
Can you eat skunk?
Just
I
get buns by
think you
his-
can, actually.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
I mean, if these animal forms say anything about our character, I think you're doing a little bit better, Soren.
I'm totally gonna pull a noir and eat that guy, so.
Oh
Please
my
don't.
god. Please, no.
You eat one dude!
Just takes one time.
Soren, if you do that, I don't recommend it.
If I eat him? Oh, I'm not actually gonna eat him.
I'm just thinking about the. Never mind.
The
So,
moral implications of that.
so anyway, and cosmological / cursical implications. Anyway, so the band finishes up their set, and the piano playing raccoon with a ratty top hat. Oh, we was Bungalow Winston in the Nocturnal Experience. It's been a pleasure talk Waltz. If you're looking for more Bungalow Winston and the Nocturnal here experience with me, catch our next show up north in Lavender Lanes on our tour to rock out the squirrels. And everyone just goes, wild. And the animals, not people, woodland creatures are throwing, bottles and objects all around, and it's getting rowdy here now.
Okay, my turn to go talk to the bartender.
Boy, what can I get yous?
Hi there. You'll have to forgive me. I'm new in these woods.
Well, it's nice to make your acquaintance.
And yours. I was just wondering, what was it you had against the squirrels?
Oh, fucks them squirrels. They hogs the nut, offers themselves. Well, we all here have to get bys in the natural course.
Just like normal nuts, they just hog acorns.
Oh, no. They've got the great nut.
The great nut.
The squirrel nobles, they got power from the nut in the never tree that it grows on.
Can I ask where the never tree is?
Well, I would suggest following old bungalows, cause they's heading towards Nevertree. Actually, if you was listening, old Skullbump just did a stint at the prison for the squirrels.
I see. And how long have these squirrels had this nut?
As far as I can remember.
Okay. Thank you for your help.
No problems. Do you want something to drink, or should I charge you for information? Is that all old Tugwart's good for?
I think wouldn't be a great idea to fly and drink.
I like it when the birds drink and fly. Makes me laugh. And he just kind of blows Bombardier Beetle towards you. Yeah, well, I've got paying patrons waiting to order drinks.
Right. My apologies. Thank you for your time.
Which is money. Alright, who's up next?
What did animals even use as currency?
All sorts of berries, nuts, insects.
Okay.
I mean, it's fall, winter's coming.
Yeah.
I bet the rates here are wild high right now. Freaking inflation.
So, I kind of just leave you with Tugwarts and the Nevertree here and leave you to plot your course of action.
I will return with the information of the Evertree to my party.
So it sounds like, I don't know, that might be the best place to go and see how we might be able to fix this.
Yeah, follow them, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be whatever this is forever. I don't want to be a duck beaver forever.
I do not want to be a freaking weasel for the rest of my life.
I don't especially want to be a bird forever.
I personally don't want to be a fox forever, but I would like it if we left Miles as a skunk. I think that would be nice.
Torin, we can't do that.
I don't like that guy.
No.
It seems nice enough.
Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it?
You could be nice if you put your mind to it.
No, I don't think I could.
So I think we got ourselves pretty much a solid plan of
Follow those dudes.
build a dam, follow those dudes, stop being a beaver duck, and then get the nut.
I think we can leave off one of those steps.
And that's when you're approached by a grumpy-looking badger just holding two, like arm bones or femurs, and he just kind of looks at you with this, like, he's not a European badger. He's an American badger, because they look like they're gonna fuck your shit up. And he just kind of looks at you with, like, these wild eyes, and he's just like, bonk!
Pardon?
Bonk!
Can we help you?
Bonk!
What?
Oi, don't mind him. That's all Skullbump. That's all I can say is bonk. Isn't that right? A bungalow, Winston, at your service. A trash panda with trash tunes, baby. Holds out this grimy raccoon claw.
I can't shake it, and I don't have hands of any kind.
I'll shake it.
Oh, that's a good lad right there.
Well, we are the caravan. It's like a little group, a little name we call our group.
I call my group Bungalow Winston and a Nocturnal Experience, mate.
Yeah,
Yes, we gathered that.
We're kind of like that. I'm a bard myself, actually. I'm a songwriter, singer myself as well. I tend towards storytelling, though, of the non-musical variety, but...
True. I mean, mate, you gotta have poetry in it, right?
Oh, definitely. Of course, I'm an avid poet.
Right, it can't all just be music all the time, mate, or else, your noggin would start pounding and you wouldn't be able to hear a thing.
Exactly. Then you end up saying bonk, and it's, yeah.
That is what happened here with Skullbump here. Quite a shame, really. Well, why don't you tell me, Skullbump, what happened? Bonk!
Riveting.
Eliminating.
Very, very in-depth, that guy.
I like the imagery.
Yes, I
Boy, he
heard
was
that
on
as well.
top of their world, mate, and then them effing squirrels came around, and they knocked Skullbump down from his glorious spot. And they've labeled him Delinquent Badger. Look at the poor lad. Bonk.
We were told that one of you recently did a stint in the old squirrel prison. Is that correct?
Boy, that would have been Skullbump.
Okay, alright. Well, do you know why or where?
Oi, mate, same thing every woodland creature gets locked up for. Breaking the squirrel's #1 rule, thou shalt not touch nut.
What has happened? Forgive me if I'm being uneducated on the topic, but where is this nut?
Oi, mate, did you just get here yesterday?
Today, actually.
Even sooner, yes.
Oi, that's lovely. You see, it's at the Navitry. That's where we're headed with our grand tour. Maybe we can rile up a bit of a something at the Navitry to get them squirrels to notice. It was actually Skullbump's idea. Bonk.
Okay, so you're going to... What I'm hearing is there will be a distraction at the Nevertree. Is that correct?
Oi, perhaps, mate. I mean, you smell what I'm stepping in, right?
I think the 10 of us, I don't know how many are in the band, could work together.
Oh, I can't count Saxula. Yeah. How many of us are this? I don't know, boss.
Alright, so any number of us could work together here. We are
I'm a
actually...
raccoon, mate. I can't count.
I can count to 10. I think that we are actually pursuing the very nut that Skullthump, this fine gentleman, accidentally touched.
Well, Skullbump got awfully close to getting that nut. And then them squirrels took it away. Cause they greedy bastards up in that tree, mate. Especially that fat old cat, Earl of Squirrel. And his eyes get like real beady for a moment.
Yeah, I think, we could even leave Earl of Squirrel for you to deal with. I know revenge is probably a driving factor here.
Bonk!
Bonk, indeed, yes. I agree.
Bonk!
Bonk.
Bonk.
Everybody bonk, yeah.
Oh, bonk.
Yeah.
Bonk!
I'm not
Yeah.
doing
Bonk?
that.
Okay,
And he
well,
just starts slamming the bones
Oh,
on the
no.
ground violently. Bonk! Oi, Skullbump, calm down.
Constance is like bouncing in the air. Ah!
Oi, Skullbump, calm down there, buddy. Calm down. Don't make me use the collar again, mate.
Caller, your bandmate?
He has a bit of a violence problem. His
I
name's
see.
Skullbump Noggin Thump.
Yeah, yes.
well, anyways, it seems that we'll probably be traveling the same direction. If you'd like to head out together and maybe continue talk of a partnership in ways that could benefit mutually.
Count Saxulo waddles up, kind of just takes a joint out of their mouth. Yeah, I guess we could use some roadies.
Roadies.
Oh, mate, come on, get in the trash can. Come on over. And they've got like this car, but it's made out of like a repurposed trash can.
All right. Yeah.
And it's like got painted in big garish letters, Bungalow Winston and the Nocturnal Experience.
I suppose this is what we're doing with our lives now.
Well, it's really up to you all. I'll leave it. I just open the doorway. You guys make the decision.
I sigh and just like a plume of flames come out.
Oh, I've never seen a fire-breathing plant push before. Mate, that's incredible. We do need an important techniques guy, don't we? Yeah. Remember when Brendan, he burned off his head, he burned himself and then we never saw him again. Yeah.
Well, if you've got a few sticks and things, we can plug up the water if we can talk later.
Oh, I like the way you think. Oh, Mr. Silver Fox, you seem like a planning type. We're gonna talk on the ways to Lavender, cause I'm liking what you're laying down, mate. I'm liking that garbage. I'm gonna pick it right up.
Yeah, from the little I know about you all, from the locals, it sounds that we're chasing the same nut, if you will.
Oi, chasing the same nut. Oi, Moistelin, what's wrong?
But nothing, this is all wunderbar. Thank you for your hospitality. Olander's face just fell seeing the vehicle. You've never seen a ferret look quite so, disgruntled and unhappy, but somehow, that little furry face is so unhappy right now.
And of course, inside the trash can, it's a tour wagon. They got couches in the back that are made of they got mushroom tables in there, a bunch of instruments, and then of course food for all of them and a healthily stocked cooler and a healthy supply of tuft leaf.
I'm gonna pull the caravan aside real quick before we set off and be like, all right, again, I just opened the doorway. Your decision. Here, do we want to go with them or do we just want to go have fun around? I'm fine with either one.
We need a nut.
They got sticks. And so I start going.
Alright, sticks. That's 2 votes yes, I think.
Seem the quickest way to get where we are going.
Alright, 3 chipmunk Constance thoughts.
I am very small, and I will just, I am sorry. I have just been focusing on not getting stepped on.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so 4 votes for, 0 against, 1 on the fence.
I'm not touching anything in that trash can.
That sounds like a good call.
Yes.
My trash is your treasure, my mates. Are we abandoned roadies or what? Takes off the top hat.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's rock and roll. And you pile into the trash can, and when he gets inside, he kind of just grabs some reins, and out of the ground rises this turtle as the trash can is resting on the back of a turtle shell, and it begins just walking, just tour wagon, move, and this turtle is moving as fast as it can. But it carries the band from where they need to go. And that is where I will leave tonight's session as the party rides off into the night in a trash can on the back of a turtle. This is WovenRealm.
What
Happened to this campaign.
What happened?
I feel like I got lost about halfway.
You got turned into... It'll all be explained eventually. It's just... I do love these characters are totally out of their element moment. It's enjoyable.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
Let me rephrase. I got lost in a good way about.
Yeah. I just like, all right,
Vibing.
this now.
All right,
yeah.
so
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna just talk about how we're gonna go around and shit.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
All right, Noir, we're gonna start with you then.
Bah! Hello, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I've got a goal this month for getting 8,000 followers on Twitch. So please, please, please help me out with that. Trying to do so before my birthday. Also, I was just named as the newest guest writer on Curse Captains of Cthulhu, which is still on Kickstarter right now. So if you want to be a pirate and punch an old one right in its stupid snoot, go ahead and back the project. And the quick start is out if you want to try out the system. It's actually really like easy to pick up and a lot of fun. And I'm not just saying that because I have all the team now. Also, our Kids on Bikes game is back, Trouble in Techburg. You can find us over on Pixel Circus. And that is me.
All right, Sam. you're
Hey
next.
everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSameWisest. I am TheSameWiseGameG. Here on Twitch, I'm the Accessibility Director here at Chromatic Chimera. You can find me on Mondays playing with the folks at No Initiative. We currently have a Blades in the Dark mini-series running for the month of July called Blades of Valairith. Come and check that out. I also edit the podcast edition of all of our stuff that goes up. Oleander was not happy about being a ferret, but just for the record, Sam was having a fucking blast. So
Yeah, everyone chose their woodland animal
Yeah.
forms.
I was like, I'm gonna pick something that Oleander's gonna fucking hate. So, and it seemed appropriate. That's it for me, I think. Oh wait, no. Also, check out Protein City Comics, where you can hear me on the incidentals if you like masks.
All right, AJ, you're next.
Hello, I'm AJ. I do our tech for this game, and I'm our creative director. I'm not doing much else right now because
Besides
life.
making dang memes.
And making some very cursed memes. But yes, you can find me here on Wednesdays in the Discord or occasionally at Jawbreaker Dice on Twitter.
All right, Lucy, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm Lucy. You saw me here tonight playing Azara Solaris, the cleric. You can find me on Thursdays and Saturdays over on Fat Dragon Gaming. That's Fat Dragon Gaming 2020 on Twitch. Running a 5e pirate themed campaign, homebrew, on Thursdays, and playing an our Star Wars Scum and Villainy 5e game on Saturdays. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bluebird Draws, and I am taking commissions. My commissions are open right now.
Lucy did all of her character art, by the way. That's on the overlay. So if you think that stuff looks great, which it does, you know.
And
Say.
she drew the bullshit that's the coat that my character wears. So.
And the cat person I used to be, so, you know, there's some good range there.
There's range for sure. Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I do stuff here. Not currently though, so that's really all I'm doing right now is this. I'll be DMing soon for this campaign as well, so be on the lookout for that.
And I am Alex, aka probably better known as Mr. Puddins. This is my current project right now, GMing for WovenRealm because it's my favorite game. I'm dipping my toes into other things. After I step out of the GM spot, I'll be taking a wee break from the GM and playing as a different character in this one. And I might run some other fun stuff if I've got some free time. Do check out our sponsors. They are awesome and fun. We have, here, I'm going to just put that thing in the chat. You can use our links and stuff to get cool stuff, which includes the 13th Age system. So, you know, use those links, get discounts on cool stuff. Anyway, this has been WovenRealm.
I'm going to interrupt real quick. Have you guys go to that link in Twitch chat real quick, that keynote.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh my god!
Wow, that's fantastic.
Incredible.
Count Saxula. I'm so glad everyone enjoyed the band because I put way too much of my prep time into that band and not prepping an actual session. Anyway, we'll be back with an actual plan next week. See you then.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks.